Hello to all my subscribers. I have been to some ideas on YouTube and looked around. I've noticed that some of my videos will be me making tools, like my oiler idea. Well, now I made a 4-ton bottle jack press. All it is 1 1/4 angle iron, 1/4 inch thick, with 1 1/2 square tubing, 1/4 inch thick. I need to replace those low grade bolts with some grade 8s. And then we're just tacked together so it'll slide up and down. I know this is upside down for most jacks, but it'll work in my way. That way I don't have to have the 2 big rods that come through that guide them things. And I don't have to have the springs, which I actually found 2 springs after I got done. So I don't have the rod though. This was a jack press that's been built in like 3 hours. What took me the longest was cutting all the metal and drilling all the holes. There is a total of 16 holes just in the adjustments. Then you get the 4 holes for the angle iron. These are, I'm trying to figure out what these are. These are, I just know it takes a 9/16 to move those. They're pretty thick. I got a Tractor Supply bolts for about $3 or $4. The inlet jack I had in the bottom, which I never use because I have nothing to really use a bottle jack on because the base of them are too little. They just swivel back and forth, so I don't use bottle jacks that much. It was free. I welded it to the bottom piece of angle iron. There's actually 2 pieces of angle iron put together and makes a piece of C-channel. You got the same thing up top. It's just I did the flat top to make it look good. Welded on the ends, and actually it's welded on this end too on the inside, and it's tack welded on each side. That way it won't flex. Same thing on this side. Then we're just tacked on there, and it's a solid weld all the way across on the top and the bottom. This weld was ground flat, and then added the jack, welded all the way around except for right in front of the release and in front of the actual piston to make the jack go up and down. You notice this piece of 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 solid square stock. I'm going to make some dies at school for this. It's actually going to set up into the jack head. Let me get it here. It's going to set up into that head. That way I can bend at 45s, or I'll make another die. That way I can punch holes and various things. It's about a 3-hour project. The metal was free, the jack was free. The only thing I got to weld a bolt on here. I'll weld it out. I'm gonna weld a T-handle. That way it make it easier to undo this, which I'm sure this is fine. I'm going to make a handle that comes out. I won't have to use my vice grip no more. It's got 2 holes at the bottom to bolt it down, which I'm probably not going to do it for a while. And then I added this to my collection today. If y'all have seen my flea market finds, I have a McCulloch Mac 1010 chainsaw. And I cannot sharpen a chainsaw worth crap. So, Harbor Freight saw something in the mail. It was $25 for this thing, usually $39. And the thing about Harbor Freight is you get what you get. It's got a plastic base, but it's just for sharpening a chainsaw, so it don't really need that much. What this is like a hack or a chop saw turned at a I don't know what degree this is. It has a really nice blade. Probably won't go bad for a long time. And then it has a bicycle handle up here for some reason. A bicycle cable going down. And what it does, it clamps the chain as it goes across, and then you just chop it. And then these right here will actually, it's like a chainsaw's clutch almost. You pull this right here and it'll move it forward, and this bar right here will click into the teeth, behind the teeth, and then you just clamp it and go. And that's it. You do it this way to do one side, and you move it this way to the other side. Which I actually had to trim a little bit off my table. See, it's been hitting it. The chain has. Yeah, I just bolted it down. I really didn't need to bolt it down, but I did anyway. I like this. It works really good. It's got a nice switch on the back. This adjustment right here is for the depth of your chain. How far you want to go down, like you get different kinds of chain. And this is to adjust how tight you want to grip it, to move it, you know, back and forth. And you can also adjust this to where it stays tight and you can't move it. And then you're going to do it. But I leave it like a little bit snug. That way I can move it, a little bit of friction, and it'll stay in one spot. And then this is to move, like say you got a skip tooth chain, you can move it back and forth. But I like this, it works pretty good. Let me plug it up for y'all. There, turn it on. See it spinning. Really quiet machine. It's quieter than most machines I have. It's like almost as quiet as my welder. But tell me what you think about this bottle jack. I actually like the build. I've already bit metal flat with it. Like I got this piece of bar right here I was fooling around with. Let's actually see if I can get something on film. Okay. See if we can bend it back flat. First of all, let's plug the light back in. As you can see, sort of. Tighten the thing up on the bottom. And we'll just keep it. Just release it, push the jack back down if you can, and then you got a bent piece. But as I said, I'll make some dies. This piece of flat stock actually makes it to where I can make pieces flat. But I'm going to make a die that'll actually, I'm going to drill into this, 2 holes on each side. That way I can put the dies in and make it flat, 45, whatever. But I'm actually also going to machine on the mill at school a piece that will go around this and go down to this and stay still. That's why when it gets on its lowest setting, which is not even on its lowest setting, there's the other drop down. There's 2 inches between each drop down. We'll mill it to where I can have a piece on here that goes across. That way I keep it straight. And then I'm going to weld a bolt on each side. That way it'll slide right here. And whenever I don't need to use it, I can just pick this up and then pick it up off of it, turn it sideways, pull it out. But tell me what you think. comment, rate, subscribe.